जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवराधारी। गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवराधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनसारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवराधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवराधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Divine Grace Labai Sharanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtotra Sata Shri Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जाए। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जाए। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जाए। नवद्वीप श्री मायपुर धाम की जाए। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जाए। गंगमा यमुनमाई की जाए। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जाए। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जाए। Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution की जाए। The Most Merciful Lordship Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Shri Shri Gaunithai की जाए। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाए। सामवेद गौर भक्त बुंद की जाए। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 27, entitled Attack by Chandavega on the city of King Puranjana, text number 22. Mai samrabhya vipula madachapam sudushaham sthatum arhasi naikatra madhyachna vimukho mune mai samrabhya vipula madachapam sudushaham sthatum arhasi naikatra madhyachna vimukho mune mai samrabhya vipula madachapam sudushaham sthatum arhasi naikatra madhyachna vimukho mune. Mai samrabhya vipula madachapam sudushaham sthatum arhasi naikatra madhyachna vimukho mune. Mai samrabhya vipula madachapam sudushaham sthatum arhasi naikatra madhyachna vimukho mune. Mai samrabhya vipula madachapam sudushaham sthatum arhasi naikatra madhyachna vimukho mune. Any Matajis? Mai samrabhya vipula madachapam sudushaham sthatum arhasi naikatra madhyachna vimukho mune. Mai, unto me, samrabhya, having become angry, vipula, unlimited, madat, out of illusion, shapam, curse, sudussaham, unbearable, sthatum arhasi, you may remain, na, never, ekatra, in one place, mat, my, yachna, request, vimukaha, having refused, Mune, O great says. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The great sage Narada continued, when I refused to accept her request, she became very angry at me and cursed me severely because I refused her request. She said that I would not be able to stay in one place for a long time. Purport. The great sage Narada Muni has a spiritual body, therefore, old age, disease, birth, and death do not affect him. Narada is the most kind devotee of the Supreme Lord, and his only business is to travel all over the universe and preach God consciousness. In other words, his business is to make everyone a Vaishnava. Under these circumstances, there is ordinarily no need for him to stay in one place for more than the time he requires to preach. Since by his own free will he is already traveling all over the universe, the curse of Kalakanya is described as fortunate. Like Narada Muni, many other devotees of the Lord are engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord in different places and in different universes. Such personalities are beyond the jurisdiction of material laws. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Dasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarobhyasya Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Padithanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langaite girim Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam. So Narada Muni is describing the allegory here, and he is giving his own example. As it was mentioned in the previous verse, so when he was once coming from Brahmaloka, then one young lady, who's actually, her name was Jara, she wanted to have intimate association with Narada Muni, but Narada Muni refused to have intimate association with her. So she became angry. When a woman expresses her desire to be intimate with a man and a man refuses that, then the woman becomes angry. That is a general nature. We have heard, there are many examples also. Shri Shri Gaunita, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai. Once Arjuna went to Devaloka to meet his father Indra. So Urvasi, she expressed her desire to unite with Arjuna, but Arjuna refused the request of Urvasi because Arjuna felt that she is enjoyed by Lord Indra, and Lord Indra is his father. So how can he enjoy her? It is like enjoying with one's mother. So he refused. So when he refused, she was angry. She cursed Arjuna that he would become eunuch, napumsaka. So transgender in one sense. So, but what happened? That was very useful. That was very useful. That curse was very useful to Arjuna, because when Arjuna and other Pandavas, when they were passing through the period of incognito, they were supposed to go through 12 years of Vanavasa and 1 year of incognito. Incognito means no one should be able to detect that these are Pandavas. So, all the Pandavas, they were disguised in some ordinary attire, and they took shelter of the Virat Raja. So in that, one of the crucial role was to get the special favor of Virat Raj. One of the crucial role was the role of a dancer who can teach dance to the daughter of Virat Raja, so that he can enter into the Antahpura or the inner quarters and have access. So Arjuna got the access to enter in because the mother or the wife of Virat Raja, she checked with so many people, but she found out that Arjuna is the best. She didn't know that it was Arjuna, because he was cursed by Urvasi. So he appeared differently. So she felt that by this person engaging this person in the dance, there is no danger to my daughter. If I ask any other male fellow, he will run away with her. So that is why she felt that Arjuna is the right person. This person is eunuch, so he will not be able to entice my daughter. So he is the right person. So just see, because of that, he had access to the Antapura, inner quarters, and he understood what all the politics that are going on, what conspiracy is going on. All those things the Pandavas could know, because every day they would meet. All the Pandavas in incognito, they would meet along with Draupadi, because they are in different places in Virat Raja's kingdom, doing different services. So the point is not that. The point is, I'm saying how for great personalities, even a curse acts as a boon. That is the point we are talking about. So here, Narada Muni refused to have Jara's association. Jara was very much wanting to have intimate association with Narada Muni, but because Narada Muni is avowed brahmachari, so he did not accept that. So she became angry. It seems that Narada Muni is not only cursed by Daksha, but also Narada Muni is cursed by this Jara, where she said that, because you have rejected my offer, you will not be able to stay in one place for a long time. So that was the curse of this lady to Narada Muni. So when you look at this in an allegorical way, because it is an allegory, there is no one who actually cursed Narada Muni like that. Kalakanya, she is actually Kalakanya. Kalakanya means old days. All of us are bitten by Kalakanya. All of us means all those who are living in this body. This is considered as the kingdom. We are all Puranjanas. All of us are Puranjanas. Not that Puranjana is there in Bhagavatam. Puranjana, all of that Bhagavatam is speaking about these Puranjanas only. All of us are Puranjanas. And these Puranjanas are attacked by Chandavega with 100 soldiers. And those soldiers have wives also. And then Chandavega means the time that is passing, the Gandharva Chandavega. His name was Chandavega. So that means our body is attacked by different kinds of sufferings, and we somehow hide ourselves from those sufferings and take shelter of sense gratification. So that is how we pass the years. So when we pass the years, the influence of time fall on us. And what is the influence of time? Is called Jara. Her name is Jara. Jara means old age. Very quickly one becomes old. As if 100 years had just gone just like that. Nowadays we are not even living 100 years, by the way. 50, 60 years people are, getting ready to go. That is because all your time is gone in sense gratification. Especially it is mentioned, very categorically it is mentioned. The highest form of sense gratification is sex life. If one indulges in sex, they become very quickly old, is what is mentioned here. And because Narada Muni never indulged in sex life, he is ever youthful. That is what is mentioned here. Narada Muni has a spiritual body. He doesn't have a material body like us. Material body means it is affected by birth, death, disease, old age. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Each one of us are affected by these four things. But Narada Muni's body is not affected. He can travel anywhere. He can travel to Vaikuntha, he can travel to Brahmaloka, he can go to Patalaloka without any visa, without any ticket. He can travel because he is supported by the Supreme Lord, because he is carrying the message of the Lord. He is always chanting Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman. So he has access to every place, because he is not, we go to different places to enjoy the places. Narada Muni doesn't go to different places to enjoy. He goes to different places to elevate people to Krishna consciousness, make them Vaishnavas. That is what is Narada Muni's business. So that is why he is empowered by the Lord. And he does not waste time. He goes to different places, very quickly influences them to be a devotees of Krishna, and then goes to another place, another place, another place, another place. So such a person is never affected by old age, disease, etc., etc. Even though this Kalakanya cursed him, that you will not stay in one place, that has become a boon for Narada Muni. For a great preacher, settling in one place is not a very good thing. That is why Prabhupada, he gave his sannyasi disciples, when he gave sannyas to his disciples, he told them not to stay in one place. Go from one place to the other place and travel and preach. Generally, who stays in one place? Grahastha stays in one place. Stha means stationed in one place. Grahastha means he stays in one place. He gets married, he has wife and children, and then he does his work, or all that is done by Grahastha. But a sannyasi, he does not stay in one place. Because all the sannyasis are also cursed by this Kalakanya, because they have rejected the offer of having intimate association with women. So they are also cursed similarly by the Kalakanya. So they cannot stay in one place. And suppose if a sannyasi chooses to stay in one place, he may become a grahastha. He may be attracted to some very comfortable situation, or he may be attracted to a woman, and then he may get married. It happened in our movement also. Some of the sannyasis who were given sannyas by Prabhupada, they were attracted to certain things, and then finally they ended up being grahasthas. That is not a very good condition. Before taking sannyas, you should be finished with everything. So here, Narada Muni was not a sannyasi. He was actually a Nava Brahmachari, avowed Brahmachari forever. Or he is called Naishtika Brahmachari. Naishtika Brahmachari means with a great nishta, he has accepted the Brahmacharya. So there is no question of Narada Muni being affected by Kalakanya. So he is very young, attractive, but very, very devoted to Krishna. So he is going everywhere. So the curse of not being stationed in one place is not a curse for him. It's a boon for him. Why it is a boon? It is mentioned in the scriptures that actually very powerful devotees like Narada Muni or Sukadeva Goswami, they actually do not stay in one place. They visit Grahastha's houses. they stay only that much time which requires to milk a cow. Grahasthas have a lot of cows, so there is a cow milking time. And hardly how much time? Cow milking time will not be more than 20 minutes to half an hour. That's all. So, a sannyasi like Narada Muni or Sukadeva Goswami visits these houses to get some milk from them. That was only a pretext. That is only external thing. His internal thing is to give him within that time the Atma Jnana. So, that much time is sufficient for them because they are very powerful sadhus. They can impart transcendental knowledge within half an hour. And it's not that they'll come back every time. Like our weekly programs, daily programs, monthly programs, special programs, yatras, all these things you do, still that fellow will not become a devotee. Huh? This is the present modern culture. The reason is, the preacher is not like Narada Muni, we are not like a serious aspirant of spiritual life. But those days, it was just one powerful devotee would come once in a lifetime and gives the teaching and then go away. And for the rest of your life, you will follow those teachings. Just imagine the kind of guru-disciple relationship. While long time back, even for Prabhupada met his spiritual master hardly 6-7 times. 5-6 times he met. But in those 5-6 times, he became so close to his spiritual master that he understood the intention of the spiritual master within those 5-6 exchanges. So much so that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur revealed his heart to Prabhupada, that how Gaudiya Math is, tottering, how people are fighting with each other, all those things. Usually you don't say the internal things to, an outsider. Prabhupada is not even an ashramvasi also. But Prabhupada became very close to Bhaktisiddhanta because of his devotion. So you can imagine the capacity of a disciple to attract the special mercy of this spiritual master. That is the kind of disciple we should be. Then great preachers like Narada Muni, they can come and impart knowledge and then go away. And we can also see Prabhupada was one such personality. Many of us may not know, Prabhupada only visited one time Russia. Only one time. And he was there for 2 days. And in those 2 days, one boy became very attracted to Prabhupada's teachings. So Prabhupada taught him whatever he had to teach him in that one day or 2 days. And then Prabhupada left. Prabhupada never came back to Russia again. Moscow. But that one boy became such a great preacher that today, after India, if at all there is a big preaching that is going on, it is in Russia. So many centers are there in Russia. Small communities are there. But that one boy who became very serious, so it is like Narada Muni visiting in half an hour, giving mercy, like Prabhupada visited in 2 days and gave mercy. And that mercy has flourished so much that so many centers, hundreds and thousands of people, Russians, became devotees. You go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, any big temple, you will find a lot of Russians, young men and women, becoming interested in Krishna consciousness, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So thanks to Srila Prabhupada, the power of Srila Prabhupada, the power of a guru and the power of a disciple. So that is why it is mentioned here that Narada Muni, although he received a curse, it did not remain a curse for him. Because he was going from one place to other place. And then mass scale he was changing people's lives into Vaishnava life. All of us heard the story of Daksha Maharaj, Daksha Prajapati. Daksha means expert. And he was expert in sense gratification. He was expert in producing children. One time he produced 10,000 children. Another time he produced 1,000 children. Those 10,000 children he sent to a very serene place where they can perform austerities to become like him. To become like him means to become like Daksha, expert in producing children. So he has sent 10,000 people. Narada Muni came there at that time. And Narada Muni preached to those 10,000 children of Daksha who are called Haryasvas. So all the 10,000 people, they became brahmacharis. All 10,000 people. And then they did not go back home. They went to preaching Krishna consciousness. They became perfect and they went away. And Daksha was very unhappy because he was calculating. My capacity is 10,000, my each one's capacity is 10,000, 10,000 into 10,000, and then into 10,000. So he was thinking he will populate the whole world with his descendants, but then nothing happened. So then he begot one more 1,000 children. They are called Savalasvas. And he sent them to the same place. My dear children, you go through austerities and penances because you can't beget children just like cats and dogs or pigs. Pigs produce a lot of children in one go. But they don't go through any austerity. But Haryasvas and Savalasvas, they were sent to perform austerities. So the Savalasvas, they also went the same place. And again Narada Muni came. It's not that Narada Muni purposefully wanted to, bring some kind of anger in Daksha or something like that. He has no such intention to agitate Daksha. His intention was that if some innocent people are there who want to become Krishna conscious, he can preach to them. And he found that these boys are very, very simple-minded. So, Savalasvara also preached by Narada Muni. They also became devotees. 10,000 Haryasvas and 1,000 Savalasvas. All of them were converted to brahmacharis. So Daksha was very angry. So what happened? Narada Muni, he knew that Daksha would be very angry. Generally, if somebody is angry with us, what will we do? He'll run away from that person. Isn't it? Just a minute. So generally when somebody becomes angry, we want to run away from that person. But what Narada Muni did, he did not run away. He was somewhere else. Daksha was somewhere else. So he knew that Daksha would be upset because 11,000 children are gone for brahmacharya. So he himself came to Daksha. And he was very, very serene-minded, peaceful. Daksha was boiling with anger. And he started abusing, blaspheming Narada Muni with all kinds of unkind words. He's saying, what kind of a brahmachari you are? You are not actually a brahmachari or a brahmachari. Brahmachari means you give brahma to people and take them away. That is what you are. And like that, all kinds of bad words he used. And then he also cursed Narada Muni. Because of you, my sons have become brahmacharis. So, you cannot stay in one place. You can only stay in one place for 3 days. Who is Narada Muni? Who is Daksha? Narada Muni is far spiritually superior to Daksha. If Narada Muni wanted, he could have just rejected the curse. He did not. He accepted it. Thank you very much, he said. Then Daksha became cooled down. He was pacified. So Narada Muni took that as an advantage. So he started going from one place to another place to convert many people to Vaishnavas. So always we must remember, if we are having the shelter of the Lord, no curse will work on us. You don't have to be afraid of curses. People will curse us. Why? If you do good activity in a bad place, they will curse you. Yes? And this is a bad place. Bad place means this is a place where all kinds of people want sense gratification. And if you preach about don't do sense gratification, immediately you will become enemy. Don't have sex life if you say, immediately you become enemy. Because this is Maithunagara. Maithunagara means this is a place where sex life is full blown and full blown where sex life is there. And if you say, don't indulge in sex life, people will be very unhappy. So immediately they become enemies. So they will try to curse you, but that curse will not affect you if you have taken shelter of Krishna. Because Narada Muni has taken shelter of Krishna, it didn't affect him. Similarly, there are people who cursed great personalities, like Parikshit Maharaj is another example. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by a Brahmana boy, immature Brahmana boy called Shringi. He felt that, Parikshit has insulted my father, I must show him, I must teach him a lesson. I must show him his original position of a Kshatriya should be subordinate to a Brahmana, but he has cursed my father, he has not respected my father properly, so I will show him his position. So he cursed him. Within 7 days, you are going to be bitten by a snake called Takshaka and you will die. Parikshit Maharaj took that curse. He did not retaliate. He understood that, very good, 7 days I have. Within 7 days, if I focus on my relationship with Krishna, my life will be perfect. So, Parikshit Maharaj went to Ganga, the bank of the Ganges, and all great sages came at that time. And one such sage was Sukadeva Goswami, and then Sukadeva Goswami taught him 7 days the Bhagavatam, and then Parikshit has accepted that Bhagavatam in 7 days. So just see, the curse turned into a boon. It doesn't work for everyone, by the way. It works only for those who have taken shelter of Krishna. So, when we become Krishna conscious, when we try to become a devotee, some people will not like it. Some people will like it. Those who are sincere, those who also want to become a devotee, they will appreciate us. But those who are not devotees of the Lord, who want to be devotees of the Lord, they will curse us. Sometimes our own family members become enemies, right? When you try to become Krishna conscious, your mother, your father, hey, don't go to ISKCON, don't go to association of devotees. तुम ज़्यादा जा रहा हो, थोड़ा थोड़ा भक्ति ठीक है, ज़्यादा भक्ति. They also quote certain nonsense quotations. Ati sarvatra varjayet. Ati sarvatra varjayet means, anything ati you do, it should not be, accepted, it should be rejected. Anything ati should be rejected. But it doesn't applicable to bhakti. The bhakti is the only exception. It is said that bhakti should be done with ati, tivrata. Tivrena bhakti yogena, it is said. Everyone must do bhakti with tivrata. You cannot apply ati principle here. So, generally what happens, our parents or relatives, when you try to become a devotee, when you stop watching TV, people become very, very scared of you. When you stop eating non-vegetarian, as if some bomb फट गया जैसा महसूस करते हैं ना? You just rejected what? You just rejected, eating meat. That's all you did, which is a good thing. I have met many devotees, many people who gave this complaint. My father, mother, they are very much afraid that I am going to ISKCON temple. I stopped eating meat, I stopped watching TV, I stopped going to the parties. They become afraid. क्या होगा, ये तो ब्रह्मचारी बन जाएगा, ये तो सन्यासी बन जाएगा, फिर हमारा हाथ से निकल जाएगा. हाथ से निकल जाएगा. कंट्रोल रखना है ना सबको. That is what they think. This same Daksha mentality. Right? Daksha could not imagine, that could not take that 11,000 people are gone. So finally, you know what happened? Daksha did not beget children, male children. He begot female children. So he thought that, they cannot be converted, so better I beget female children. So he begot female children. And then his mission was accomplished, by the way. So the point is that here Prabhupada is saying that the curse of this Kalakanya did not work for Narada Muni. So those who are devoted to Krishna, those who are always focused to spread the glories of Krishna, they will not be affected by any curses by anybody. Do you think what Prabhupada faced was less? So much Prabhupada faced. So many court cases were put on ISKCON movement that this is a brainwashing movement. So Prabhupada faced all of that with great courage. When Prabhupada was there at that time, there was this case was very, very severe case, the brainwashing case. What was brainwashing? Prabhupada was converting a lot of Westerners into devotees, making them wear the saffron dress and chant Hare Krishna, shaved head, go in the streets and chanting Hare Krishna. And that's a cross culture, anti-culture in the West. Because they have not seen that, mass scale of conversion of people into Krishna conscious devotees. So the parents of the children and also some other activists also, they were also very unhappy. So they put a case that, this Swamiji is doing brainwashing. Prabhupada said, I am not brainwashing, I am brain giving. He said, they didn't have brains. Brain is filled with dung. So I am giving them brain. So what happened? It went to the court. And the court, the lawyers have presented the case that this Swamiji has written many books. So by reading those books, these people are getting converted. So we must ban this movement, we must ban the books. So Prabhupada told his disciples, you go to the court and you argue. Before banning a book, the judge must read what the book has. Right? So ask the judge, simply ask the judge, sir, before banning the book, before banning the movement, you please read the books. And you know what happened? When the judge read the books, he felt that this is nonsense case. These books are so nice and wonderful. This is what happened. And then finally the case was, put to rest. This transcendent intelligence was there to Srila Prabhupada. Such appearing to be a big case, but that is nothing. So, we should not be worried. When we are standing on the path of truth, traveling on the path of truth, no need to become fearful. The fear is only because we are not taking shelter of Krishna, we are not standing on the path of truth. That is what is actual fear is. Krishna is Parama Satyam. And when we are approaching Parama Satyam, we should approach through truthful means. So because Narada Muni or the followers of Narada Muni like Srila Prabhupada and followers of Prabhupada, they have traversed the path of truth. They did not get affected by the negativity. So many of Prabhupada's disciples' parents also cursed Prabhupada. You took away my son. One man, one of the very famous disciple of Prabhupada, his name was Giriraj Swami, Giriraj Das at that time. He was from a very, very rich family. So Giriraj Das' father, he gave a blank check to Giriraj and told, you give this blank check to Swamiji, ask him to write whatever amount he wants, but you must come back. That was the, proposition. So Giriraj told his father, Giriraj told Prabhupada, my father is saying like this. I think that I should take the money also, I should come also. This is his proposition, Giriraj's proposition. So Prabhupada told, you can tell your father, that, I am not in need of money. If he wants, he can take you back. It's up to him. Because Swamiji has not changed people with some enticing with some material thing. Prabhupada changed by his purity, by his pure devotion to Krishna. Prabhupada has changed people. When you are convinced about pure devotional service, no amount of black magic, no amount of any of these things, material things will not work on you. I've also been through some of my friends who became very devoted to Krishna. Their parents gave them current treatment. Their parents took them to black magicians. Their parents took them to mental doctors, psychiatrists. Nothing happened to them. They chanted Hare Krishna. They continued to chant Hare Krishna. Nothing happened to them. Because it is not a mental illness, or it is not some kind of a mental change that has happened. The heart has changed completely. This Krishna consciousness, as Prabhupada said, this is not some kind of a mental. You know that Prabhupada explained the Hare Krishna mantra. It is not an artificial. उसको बंद करो भाई. Prabhupada said that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting is not an artificial imposition on the mind. So don't think that when we are talking about Krishna consciousness, these people are brainwashing. Nobody is brainwashing. It is actually brain giving, as Prabhupada said. You don't have anything. Because matta pramatta kurute vikarma yadindriya priti aprunoti. We are like a madman searching for sense gratification wherever it is available. The brain doesn't function. Such a person comes in contact with Krishna consciousness, then becomes intelligent person. So Srila Prabhupada was not afraid, because he knew very well that this Krishna consciousness is a very natural process. What is natural for all of us is to love. And the best person to love is Krishna. And in Krishna consciousness, you love everyone else. It's not that I will only love Krishna, I don't love anybody else. Because everyone is part and parcel of Krishna, related to Krishna. So in Krishna consciousness means you love everyone with Krishna conscious perspective. That is what is actually Krishna consciousness is. It is not something which is extraordinary or anything like that. It is simple. Love. Love Krishna and love Krishnas. Krishna apostopias. That is what is Krishna consciousness is in simple terms. Learn to love. And learning love is not very difficult thing, because we are already learning. We are already loving. Prabhupada said, if you don't love God, you will love dog. Isn't it? Don't you find so many people who are loving dogs? Some pets they'll keep. Love your father, love your mother, love your wife, love your children, love this, love that, love that. Loving is not something which is very extraordinary. It's very common for everyone. So what Shastra says, that love your original father, that is Krishna. So Krishna consciousness is not teaching anything extraordinary. It is teaching a simple thing. Love the really lovable person. And the real lovable person is Krishna. Because Krishna has all wonderful qualities. Samasta gunagana dhama Krishna is. So if you cannot love a lovable person, what can you love anybody else? They say Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. I will reverse it. Madhava Seva, Manava Seva. Because you cannot love Madhava, how can you love Manava? Manava has all kinds of bad qualities. Madhava has all kinds of good qualities. So if you love Madhava, who has all kinds of good qualities, that is natural. But they say Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. How can you love someone who doesn't have good qualities? It's impossible to love. But if you come to know that he is Krishna's child, then you can love. Dog is not very clean, but the dog is your favorite person's dog, then you love the dog also. Isn't it? Is it natural? Isn't it natural? You love the dog also. Hey, very nice dog, puppy dog, you say like that. And the man becomes very happy. Your original intention is to see the smile on the man's face, not actually appreciating the dog. Similarly, devotees also appreciate everyone, love everyone, even though they are not very lovable, but they love everyone because their love is for Krishna. So this is what is Krishna consciousness. That is what is being taught by Narada Muni and the agents of Narada Muni, and they will never be cursed by anyone. That we must understand. So these are some points in today's class. If anyone has any question or any comment, please ask if you have anything. Yes.
Prabhu, you told that the pure devotees, they spends very short time to disciples in old days. Present also Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta very few times. But spiritual masters transformed the disciples how. But present situation we are seeing, every day we are hearing Bhagavatam, we are hearing so many people from transcendent subject matter, but still the heart is not any transformation taking place. What is that blocking that we are not able to get that message?
See, we are not submissive to anybody. Just here, sitting here. ठीक है, उसको बोलने दो, कुछ बोलने दो, हम सुनेंगे. क्या है, बड़ी बात क्या है. वैसे हमको भी कुछ काम नहीं है, बैठेंगे कुछ समय के लिए, ऐसे भगवान को देखते हुए बैठेंगे. This kind of hearing has no value, no transcendental value as such. It is said that the sages of Naimisharanya, they were sitting on the edge of their seats when they are hearing from Sutta Goswami. For 10,000 years they maintained that. Vayantuna vitrupyama uttama sloka varnane yashranvatam rasajnanam swadu swadu pade pade. That they have enjoyed that, the transcendental expression, every moment, swadu swadu pade, that every step they have enjoyed it. They have accepted it, assimilated it. So, we have to change our attitude in hearing Bhagavatam from Vaishnavas. Those days there are no such Bhagavatam classes. There was only one great personality would come and then he will give Bhagavatam class and go away, and then the disciple would be transformed. We have too much luxury of Bhagavatam class. Every day new speaker. So, पर्सन पे ध्यान नहीं है, कंटेंट पे ध्यान है, ऐसा हो गया. You understand? You are not interested in the person, you are interested in the content. Content and person are packed. They cannot be separated. You must understand. You cannot understand anything from a person unless you love that person, be submissive to that person, have adoration towards that person. You cannot understand. Even though directly that person says something, it doesn't get into the heart. This is the magic, this is the secret. This is called rahasyam. Why is it rahasyam? These are all open secrets that are being spoken here. Why is it rahasyam? Krishna says, no, pravakshami anasuyave rajavidyam rajaguhyam. What is that? What is the beginning of that sloka? Anyone remember? Pravakshami anasuyave. That because you are non-envious of me, I am teaching this confidential knowledge. So there must be a confidential relationship. There must be a loving, non-envious relationship between the speaker and the audience. Without that, nothing will go in. Like here, our regular Bhagavatam class. Many people go, sit for few minutes, उसके बाद उसको relationship नहीं है, तो उड़ जाते हैं, ऐसे करके चले जाते हैं, है ना? I don't mean anything for you. Please don't. This 40 minutes Bhagavatam class, how many people came and sat and left? Huh? Just imagine. What do you expect? And it's not that only those people, even the people who are sitting here also, they have another kind of stagnancy. Because of that, we are not able to get anything. You must sit as if your whole life is dependent on this. Then you get benefit from Bhagavatam class. So they heard like that. They had that opportunity. Great personalities came and they spoke. They heard and they perfected their life. Narada Muni spoke to Mrugari only once, and Mrugari changed. So, don't always count on, anyway I have a lot of time, I'll get a lot of opportunities. You may not come back for another Bhagavatam class. Something happens, you understand? This may be your last mantra, this may be your last class, this may be your last day, this may be your last japa time. Who knows? But only we are thinking, this is all bullshit. This is not true. I have a lot of time. Lot of time. Even the person who is on the edge of the deathbed also thinks he has a lot of time. This is called moha, illusion. Kimascharyam param, no? Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked by the Yaksha, what is the most astonishing thing that you find in this world? Everybody thinks that everybody else will die, but I will not die. Till he dies. That is the most astonishing thing. So we take things for granted. When too much, first time when I came to an ISKCON temple, prasadam was given. Ati adbhutam, I felt. But now you waste prasadam also. Isn't it? Because you're too much familiar with holy name, too much familiar with devotees, too much familiar with prasadam, too much familiar with deities. Anything familiarity breeds contempt. Anything too much available, you will not be able to appreciate it. So, but too much is available, by the way. Even if you don't want, too much is available. Because Krishna is so magnanimous. उसको क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? छप्पड़ फाड़ के देते हैं. राइट वर्ड है? छप्पड़ फाड़ के देते हैं. भगवान दे दे तो छप्पड़ फाड़ के देते हैं. छप्पड़ फाड़ के मतलब छत गया. That much is falling on us. And you only have 2 hands. How much you can hold? So you must understand, God is very merciful. So that mercifulness can be captured when you have gratefulness. When you have gratitude, you can capture mercy. When you don't have gratitude, it will just be overflow. People are not very grateful. We are very grateful first time when we saw a Vaishnava. First time when we took prasadam, we were very grateful. But now we became very familiar. So that is why our attitude has to change. So long our attitude is same, not much change will come. Time will pass. Jara will come. Kalaknya will come. That will go on. And then 100 years will pass and then we are ready to go. Next life, next life, next life. I hope it is not too sharp and cut you. Any other question anybody has? Sharp speech is not much entertained, I know. People don't like to hear the truths. All right, thank you all for tolerating. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Samveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.